Hello, dear listeners, or should I say audience. Welcome to the first ever Capricious Provenance live streamed show. If you aren't familiar with us, we are an award-winning D&D 5e Eberron actual play audio drama fusion podcast that started as a recorded home game that grew into our show after some hard work and heavy editing. We bend the rules, we change the lore, and we break the game to bring you a story of four unlikely heroes, attempting to grapple with their own destinies while the fate of the world falls into chaotic uncertainty. Tonight, however, we are not playing that aforementioned dragon game, nor are we catching up with our heroes today. We are going to go back to the job that changed our player characters' lives forever. That job was a heist. Therefore, we are playing 1400 Sneak this evening. If you're new to our show and you'd like to know where the story leads after tonight, find Capricious Provenance on all places you can find your favorite podcasts and follow us at CapriProv. That's at CAPRIPROV. Woo! On socials. Now, this stream is actually part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation's Summer of Wishes fundraising event. We are raising money to create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. Make-A-Wish plans every wish with one goal: to transform the life of a child with a critical illness. Care and attention is given to every little detail. Your donation supports wish-granting needs and empowers the kids Make-A-Wish serves, to bringing them hope for today and tomorrow. Our podcast is admittedly not for kids, but for the sake of this collaboration, we are shooting for PG-13. I'm just going to apologize in advance. And of course, we have our content warnings, and that we will be going over in a minute for this stream, but you can also see the full list with the command !CW. So, you all smashed through all of our pre-show incentives, so we'll be doing those. However, we have more live incentives for you as well. For every $10 donated, you can name a character to increase the die size for their next roll. These do, in fact, stack, meaning you can bump someone's roll from a D6 all the way to a D20 if you time the donations right. Also, for every $25 donated, you can name a character and they will get an extra use of the flashback mechanic that is normally only allowed once per game. But also, donating at least $10 enters you in an art raffle for having commissioned from one of our 3 talented artists here in CapriProv. More info on donation incentives and the raffle using the commands that should be going off in chat right now. And I think that is in terms of like the stuff getting into it. So I'm gonna tell you who I am. My name is Gwen, glitchy_pixie on the socials. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be the heist backer for this evening. And I'm going to pass it on over to Joey.
Hi, my name is Kermit or Joey. You can find me on Twitter as small_bara and different iterations of that on other social media. I use they, them pronouns and will be playing Snowy, who uses she, they pronouns.
My turn. My pen name is Royal, or you can call me Nico. And you can find me as Royal Spacefish on most media. I use any pronouns, and I will be playing the mysterious Finch, who uses she, they, and he pronouns.
Well, my name is Amihan. I am the Rose Cleric on all social media. I use he, they pronouns, and I will be playing Calais, who also uses he, they pronouns.
Hello, my name is Kenzie, at CopyBard on all of my socials, and I use he, they pronouns, and I will be playing Sylvanas tonight, who also uses he, they pronouns.
Now, let's get into some content warnings. and content warnings for this stream include light fantasy violence, swearing, flirting, romance, recreational alcohol use, fantasy law enforcement, mentions of war, enchantment magic, potential coercion, intimidation, manipulation, flirting, gun use, non-lethal, poison, non-lethal, innuendos, and uncanny descriptors. Additionally, there will be no death or harm to children or animals during this stream, so that's not something that you need to worry about. So, gonna ask my players, are you ready to get into this?
Yes, give me the
Ready.
treasure.
As ready as I'll ever
Yeah.
be.
The treasure.
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay. We open on a night sky. A glittering belt streaked across betwixt two asymmetrical shining moons. The Kyber belt, surrounding the planet of Eberron, paints the darkness with a glowing pink paint stroke, brighter than the surrounding stars. Below is a torn blanket of clouds, lazily rolling over the spires of the most heavily populated city on the continent of Corvair, at the southern end of Braylon, on the eastern hilt of the Dagger River, Sharn. Known for its verticality and arcane-infused architecture, the city of Sharn is a place that everyone wants to be. Upper Sharn houses the meeting place for the recently formed Council of Nations and is prime real estate for nobility post-wartime. Middle Sharn is home to all walks of life, its various districts fulfilling any need anyone could possibly have, from entertainment to banking to transportation and even spellcasting services. Lower Sharn is most reputable for the important work that keeps a city so large running and the dirty work hidden away from the watchful eyes of the upper levels. Lower even still, beyond the vast sewer system, is the Cogs, the magma field toiling beneath, powering much of the arcane technology that is embedded into the very heart of the city. At the edge of that underbelly, between the sewers and the entrance of the Cogs, is a tucked away corner of the city, known as Dragon's Eyes. On the edge of this stretch of mismatched residencies and businesses known for their primarily changeling inhabitants, is a tower somehow even more misplaced than the space around it. The Mad Warlock's Tower, a remnant from a time even before the 100-Year War, remains untouched and named after its original purpose. Tonight, however, the Mad Warlock's Tower has been rented out for an event, an auction to be exact. The perfect location considering the legality of the items up for bidding, and the guests that wouldn't be caught dead participating if it weren't for the requirement of anonymity. The crooked, old gray bricked tower is alight within the upper levels, as participants, purses full, faces masked, dresses immaculate, flash their tickets to the guard to be let into this invite-only event. However, already inside are four individuals, nearly strangers to one another, who were not invited. After individually deciding to help out a detective that was in over their head, that led to an unlikely party to a rescue mission, they caught the eye of a gnomish woman by the name of Dahlia, a reporter for a local newspaper that had a suspiciously large reward for acquiring an item at this auction for her. Taking some time to ask around, doing some errands for a powerful information broker called the Spider, and acquiring some very convincing forged invitations, the party has landed themselves inside the venue. All that's left to do is to leave with the item being asked for by the buyer, a ledger. As the motley crew approaches the weapon check, before the main chamber. What and who do the two hobgoblin guards see as you begin to approach?
I'm Snowy, just Snowy. I grew up in the frost-covered mountains of Karnath with my father, Victor, with whom I lived for as long as I can remember. Life was peaceful, far away from the hustle and bustle of the closest towns and cities. I wouldn't have it any other way. However, it all came to an end when a scarred necromancer invaded our home and took my father away from me. From then on, I swore to get revenge no matter the cost. But without a plan or even a clue on where to start, I wandered across Karnath to the edge of the Mournlands, where I incidentally saved multiple refugees. With every rescued group came gratitude, and with every praise-filled conversation came gossip. Eventually, one passing rumor caught my interest. News of an unknown man in Sharn, similar to the necromancer, reached my ears. Not wasting a second, I started my journey to Sharn. For this event, Snowy is wearing a strapless lavender ball gown with an assortment of flowers ranging from light pink to mauve, starting from the top of her chest and crawling down to her thighs. Unused to an event like this, or any event really, Snowy wears a simple white pearlescent half mask and keeps their hair up in its usual high ponytail, where a few flowers lay. Snowy's role in this heist will be securing an exit for their escape for when they acquire the ledger.
Well, you can call me Finch for now. For as long as you have the pleasure. This little birdie has got an eye for cash and a quicker claw for mischief. I do jobs here and there. Nothing too interesting about me, I promise. You know, minus my dashing good looks, cunning, and sticky fingers. Oh, my silver tongue. Heists like these are no sweat for a sweet sinner like me. That's why I'm traveling with amateurs and a holy man who thinks they can walk in and just ask nicely for a rich man's fortune. Finch is wearing all black, a vested silk shirt with two soft sleeves hanging from her arms, tasteful harness at the center chest that dares to be considered along with this thigh-high leather boots. Oh, and how could we forget? A long feather hanging from her ear that is shadowed by an elegant brimmed hat. This is all contrasted by a red, orange, yellow gradient hair spilling in curls down into his mid-back. One gold brown eye is visible through a harpy-styled mask with delicate patterns made from feathers. The other eye cut by the shapes of the mask, nearly invisible, covered by white silk. A sharp smirk on his lips. This is the face of a sweet talker. Finch's role for the evening is face.
My name is Calais Maltasso, a name that has always been heavy on the tongues of those who wished for a savior in their hour of need. As the second-born demigod child of the goddess Corinthia, my reputation precedes me. I am the Flame Healer, one of the 6 divine children of prophecy that turned the tides in favor of the nation of Thrain during the last war. Trained since birth to be the perfect soldier. Every painting, every statue, every relic that decorates the halls of the Church of Flamekeep has reminded me of my purpose, and memories from the war haunt me as cries of pain, agony, and suffering often echo in my head. But I am no longer in the battlefield. I am also no longer in Thrain. I am halfway across the world in the city of Sharn, wandering around with a mild curiosity as I follow the guidance of the gods of the Silver Flame. in search of Corinthia, my mother, who disappeared after the war ended. In following my faith, however, I have landed myself in a situation I otherwise wouldn't dream of being in, stealing from an illegal auction with 3 associates, a ranger who barely talks, a scholar who asks the most invasive questions, and a particularly annoying roguish individual who was plucking my last nerve between their long dark nails. But my attire for the evening, I intend to draw people in with, like a beacon. I have a long black curly hair with silver streaks, curls following delicately over my cream-colored shimmering mask, outlined in gold. The mask extends to my forehead, framing the blue unicorn horn that protrudes from it, the primary symbol of my divinity, being disguised as if it were part of the mask. Combined with my long tail, I appear to be wearing a unicorn-themed costume for the masquerade. My left eye is a bright opalescent blue, while my right eye glows brightly with a celestial fury that I carry around with me like a burden. I wear a glittering cream-colored blouse with large sleeves underneath an ornately patterned azure blue underbust corset that hugs my figure. And around my neck, I wear a golden pendant with an opal gem at the center. Tonight, my primary role is to distract the guards. However, the guards in front of me currently see my face curled up into a sneer. I'm pointedly in a heated argument at the moment.
So sorry. My name is Sylvanas. To tell you the truth, I don't recall much of my upbringing or very much at all, to be honest, but the one thing I do recall is my endless fascination with flora and fauna and all things magical in nature. That boundless curiosity guided me to study at the College of Fairhaven in Ondare, and I learned a great many things there and excelled in arcane language. In my quest for learning, however, I made a rather curious friend, one whose desire for knowledge is even more ambitious than my own. With their guidance as a teacher or a patron of sorts, I've learned a great many things and a great many powers I could not have even dreamed of, but they are delightful, truly, if not a little bit pushy at times, but you know, it's all in good fun. I'm sure they just want to see me reach my greatest potential, right? Anyway, they've led me here in search of a powerful knowledge that they really desire, where I found myself a very curious group of companions, and I've never had so many friends before, so I am thrilled. I've also never stolen anything before, but, you know, I'm sure it will be a great bit of fun. Maybe if I just ask really nicely, they'll just, you know, let me have it. We'll find out. Sylvanas, in all of his glory, is standing in front of these guards in what would be very fine clothes on a more confident, striking individual, but he just looks a little strange and a little off-putting. He has long, pale, cream white hair that almost glows like moonlight, tied up into a thick, heavy braid that goes over his shoulder and down his back and is finished off with a little satin bow. A mask, a half mask, that is in the shape of a moth's wings mid-flight, covers, but does not conceal, his stark, bright white eyes as they stare at these two guards in kind of a... It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. He's wearing lots of pale moss greens and purples and blues, kind of looking like a forest at dusk. He's got this big, giant book in his clawed hands that he is scribbling in furiously at all times, no matter what. He looks excited to be here, if not a little tired. Very, very tired. But nonetheless, his role tonight will be the role of the trickster. And he's going to do his absolute best to dissuade other bidders from buying this item with his wonderful conversation skills.
And what wonderful conversation skills you have with your gifts from your patron that you know is the reason why you feel eyes in the back of your head and are not the guests that are behind you. And as that feeling bores into the back of your skull, there's no point in turning around because you won't see anything. But you know that the Seeker is watching, and the Seeker is very interested in what you have to do today. And in front of you all, there are a couple of guests that are ahead of you, and you watch as one of the Hobgoblin guards takes this obsidian stone with a sigil placed in it, and you see it light up as they begin to wave it over one of the guests, and then over to the next, and then you see the sigil flash red, reaching mid-thigh level on the guest, and the guard sighs. Ma'am, we are well protected. We have plenty of guard and staff to make sure that this event is safe for all the participants. If you may please hand over all of your weapons and place them on the table. You can pick them up when you leave the event. And the woman, this half-elfin woman, says, "Oh, I completely forgot. I mean, I just keep it with me all the time. It's like wearing socks." And you see her pull her skirt up a bit, and you see a dagger in a holster. And she puts it on the table. And the other guard takes the dagger, places it on the table, and you see lots of ornate daggers as you are realizing that most of the attendees here are quite wealthy. And if there are any weapons, the heavier weapons, the swords, the axes, they're of guards for the attendees. And those people are let through. But what is the guard now catching as Clay and Finch, you are bickering, walking in line to get in to the venue?
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not going to do that. There's no way you can make me go along with it. I can't. I'm not doing this.
Okay, great. It's so wonderful that you chose to do this job and plan to make sure it fails. It's great. Thank you.
And so go ahead. Sorry.
Can you all step over here, please, one at a time?
Sure. Yes. Kalei kind of presents themselves for scanning.
Yeah. And once again, the obsidian stone, whatever they're using to detect weapons, metal, you don't know how it works. But there's a wave over you, and nothing goes off. You can move through.
Thank you. And Kalei sort of politely bows and then moves forward.
Going up.
Okay, should I bow to you too? After, maybe?
Please, I'm just gonna...
Yeah, of course. Ooh. Goes a little bit.
Finch, are you attempting to hide your...
Yeah, I'm attempting to hide something.
I think that's going to be the first roll of the night. And if I'm not mistaken, You've been given an extra flashback, so keep
Oh.
that in mind.
Good to know.
But this is going to be appropriately a sneak roll.
Wonderful. Come on. Let's go. That's a 5, and I think that bodes pretty well so far.
5 is a success. That is actually exactly what you needed to get a success. Now, as the stone is moved over, waved over your body, what part of your body or where on your person does it pass over and not signal that there's a weapon there?
Yeah, Finch is wearing a tasty little harness situation. And this gun is more like a dainty little dart gun situation. And it's just here on the side, right under the breast.
Yeah, the scan is completed. Okay, you can go through. Next, please.
Snowy, do you want to go first, or should I?
Don't. Okay.
Snowy's just gonna look at Sylvanas, squint her eyes, and just give like, do you think I actually want to go? Or like,
Oh, okay, all right. And he walks up to the guard and he goes, "No weapons, I promise, unless you count these." And then he like shows his claws and like his arm, his very spindly little arm. He stands there like this.
It's the 4th time tonight.
Oh, really? I thought that was rather original. Oh, my apologies.
Yeah. And it is moved over you, and true to your word, you don't have any weapons. You can go through.
Or so he thinks. My mind is the weapon. I go in.
And we're left with Snowy.
yeah, Snowy doesn't say anything, and she just walks up to the guard.
Now, Snowy, I do have to ask, do you have any hidden weapons on you?
Yes.
You know what? Okay. Go ahead. Second roll. Go ahead and roll a sneak for me.
That would be a 7.
That is a success.
Yeah.
So, similarly, the guard hands it over you. And where on your person does the guard completely miss your hidden weapon, and what is it?
It's between her thighs. And she has a dagger.
OMG. Whoa.
So look, man.
Yeah.
She doesn't she's just holding it there.
Powerful thighs.
I think what happens is the guard moves it over you, and the lower the guard gets, just like quickly glances at you and sort of catches your dilated cat eyes and just says, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Thanks. And she just goes in.
And you all made it past weapons check.
Yay, we solved your
So-
weapons puzzle. Yay.
Yeah, you really beat it. So, the main venue room is in the top room of the tower. Across is the guarded entrance to the spiral stairs that lead to the watch point on the roof. The room is aglow with ever-bright chandeliers, their blue and gold flames causing the light to bounce between the hanging crystals that dance across the ornate crimson rugs in the open floor and the tablecloths atop the catering tables. All manner of food and drink is being served by masked waitstaff, weaving in between the similarly masked guests. The circular space of the room creates a natural flow for the attendees to turn about the room, socializing, indulging, and taking stock of the artifacts that are for sale at the auction table. There we find, presumably, the host, a man with olive skin and dark slicked back hair, wearing an elaborate entertainer's costume. He's flanked by one of the guards who is keeping a watchful eye on the items while the host dramatically greets those who approach. The room is abuzz with intrigue and excitement for the event. Some of the wealthy clientele already taking their bidding signs in hand in anticipation while the pre-party continues. And gamers, you've made it into the venue successfully, the venue that you're not supposed to be at.
I think as soon as Finch like crosses the threshold of the door and they're a little bit away, they're like the whole group is like a little bit away from the front. They kind of continue their argument. They just decide to continue it, and they go, "I just don't understand why you think I mean, clearly you think you know everything, but why do you keep insisting that poison is going to be the answer? You are walking into this with a level of confidence that is frankly disturbing to me."
Why don't we keep our lips closed and not say poison in front of people, huh? It's good to have confidence when you try to get a job done, okay?
Listen, Finch, when I woke up this morning, I didn't like you. I certainly don't like you now, and maybe if you play your cards right, I will probably hate you by the end of the night, but one way or another, we all have to do our jobs and make sure no one here lands in hot water. So let's all keep a lookout for each other while we do what we need to do.
Good. Have fun, everyone. Be safe.
That was a lot. Yeah, maybe also, try not to say poison out loud.
I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Maybe like whisper it a little bit, like poison.
I don't have to keep listening to you.
Great.
Snowy, Sylvanus, Finch.
Yes.
Whispering, by the way. Like he's whispering, don't worry. And just they said I'm going to go grab something to eat and head over to the auction table around there. Where will you all be going?
Should we like scope out the scene? Should we find the exits and neutralize all of the guard? No. Whisper. I read a book
Snowy.
about this once. Just once.
Oh.
Great. Snowy, I'm counting on you.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna leave. I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'm
goodbye.
Off.
I'm also going to go that way.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Good luck. She's
Kalei,
gone.
which way are you going to go, Kalei?
Well, I'm going to go try and socialize with everyone. If you'd like to join me, going towards.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yes?
Yes, that sounds great.
Perfect. Lovely.
This is so much fun.
Oh, you think it's okay. Yeah. Fun is a word to use.
Yes, and I did.
Just
Anyway.
There's just like a little bit of there's like crickets.
yeah, speaking of crickets, and just for fun, because you were arguing a little bit earlier, Kalei, can I get you to roll me a hide check to make sure that no prying ears were listening in when you were not whispering the word poison?
Okay. A hide check. And I'm going to be looking at my little character sheet here to see if I got anything. Okay. It's 1d8, correct?
If you have a bonus in it, if you don't have any bonuses in it, it is a d6.
Okay. Oh, everything is a d6. Okay. That's right. Okay. Oh, no. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Yeah, you go about your plans.
Okay.
I have the sweet talk mechanic. Does that come in here at all?
Oh no, because nothing happens.
Oh, lovely.
Very cool. Oh, yes, Calais, I think poison is the answer to my crossword. Thank you. Oh, yes, see? Perfect amount of letters. You're a genius. There's a really big spider on my wall right now. Anyway, that's fine.
The spider's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
We can get it on our break. Let's get
He's
it.
here to party. It's fine.
Sure. Savanas, is this your attempt to cover this up, or are you being silly?
You know what? 2 birds, 1 stone, Gwen. Let's cover this up in a silly way.
I think this is gonna be a skill that's not listed. I think this is gonna be performance.
Okay. So just... Okay.
D6.
Oh, 5. 5.
5?
5.
Okay. So you say that. Now, where do we find? Let's start with Calais. Where are you?
I apologize. My camera is doing something weird, but currently, I am trying to approach the auction table. I'm just trying to see who's around and who's about over there.
Do you want us to pause so you can figure out your camera, or?
Yeah, just really quickly.
If you could, I could catch this big spider. That would be pretty cool.
Sure thing. Let's take like a little.
That could be Sylvanus' companion.
Sylvanus. Oh my
Sylvanus.
god. Sylvanus, so true, Snowy. Where did it go?
It's your,
Yeah.
it's your patron.
Oh my god, it's my
Money
sister,
on.
guys. Oh my god. Wait. Oh.
Okay, I think we're gonna
can
take
take
a
a
break.
Yeah, I was
Thank
trying
you.
to sing it.
It's just spider.
We'll be right back.
It was so... It's so...
gamers, we are back and we've solved sort of our issues.
Sort of.
But real quick, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Amihan so that we can announce our first raffle winner.
Yes. So, well, first of all, over our break, we hit 500. We hit our goal. So, thank you so much. I'm blown away by y'all's support. But I will be drawing the first winner. And the winner of this draw will be getting a full body commission from Kermit. So,
Yay.
yeah, check out their art also. I think, don't you have like do you have the art Twitter you want to plug or no?
It's just small Bara art on Twitter. It's connected to my main account.
All right, and the first winner is drumroll, please. Megan.
Oh!
Oh wow!
Yay, Megan!
Congratulations, Megan.
Yay, Megan!
On winning art. Yeah, y'all be in contact after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
contact me after the stream.
Yeah, I'll message you either later after this or tomorrow.
All right.
Alrighty, with that out of the way, and the next time we take a break, we will announce our next raffle winner, and then we'll announce the last one at the end of our stream. And thank you all again so much for hitting our goal. Might have a little extra something for y'all at the end here, so stay tuned. Let's get back into it. Where we last left off, Clay, you were headed off to do
The auction. Yeah.
You were heading over to the auction table, or what were
Yes.
what were you
So,
doing?
I wanted to go to wherever like the crowd of people are gathered, like nearest to the auction table. I kind of want to just survey the environment.
Yeah, there is a small, crowd of people. Again, the room itself is pretty crowded. There's quite a few people at this event, but there are like some people that are sort of up close as they can be. There is a sort of velvet rope that sort of sections off the area where the actual items are, and there are people sort of grouped and like looking, trying to look past shoulders to get a better look at the items. Some of them are talking with the host, so that is sort of like the space that you find over there. Is there anything that you wanted to look at specifically?
I think first Kalei will like grab a glass of sparkling a sparkling beverage, alcoholic beverage if they have that there.
Yeah,
they probably...
waiter passes by, you just take one off.
Yes, and they go over, and they go over to look at the auction items themselves. What are they?
Yeah, so on the marble auction table sits 6 artifacts. 1, a golden bird cage with a canary inside, though this canary is sporting 2 tentacles where its eyes should be, and it's chirping and chittering, the tentacles moving as if sensory organs. There's a shard of what appears to be some sort of ocean jasper suspended and vibrating vigorously in a glass tube. There is an opaline skeleton of a pseudo-dragon that is completely intact. There is also what looks to be a well-made but otherwise ordinary spyglass. One that you could wear and one that you could telescope out. There is also a silver mirror with a swirling purple cloud in the lens. It's very ornate. And then on the other end is a black leather-bound book with a similarly black kyber crystal embedded in the cover. Your target.
Alright, it's just writing that down. I think Kalei will take a good glance at all of them. May I use clairvoyance to see what's the deal like with the silver mirror?
And how are you using clairvoyance? What does it mean to do that?
So I flavor this as Kalei's divine connection can give them access to perhaps knowledge from some of the gods that might be present with them at the moment. And whatever they ask for, like whenever they tune into it, they get bits and pieces of information. It could be audio, sensory, it could be visuals in their head, it could be even smells and tastes, things like that. And I assume maybe like the higher the roll, the more you'd be able to get a hold of the, like, I guess, purpose of, like, for an object, for example, you can, like, probably sense the history, you know, or maybe where it's been.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Go ahead and roll me a spellcasting roll, please.
All right, that's going to be a D10, a D10, a D10.
Very nice.
Where are we? What am I? Who? Okay. That's... Okay. That's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay. With an 8, you focus your attention onto this ornate mirror with its clouded surface. It's not reflective in the way that a mirror should be, which is odd. But you see those clouds beneath the surface of the silver. And as you reach out with your divine magic, you get this gentle pouring of information into your mind. Information of this mirror that this mirror was, it's not ancient, but it's been around for a long time. You also get that the purpose of this mirror was not great. It was simply a mirror, but what it is being used for currently is not its original purpose. There is the essence of something foreign, something unknown surrounding this mirror, as if something has attached itself or something has been put into the mirror that perhaps has increased its value. What that is, your knowledge that you're getting back from whatever divine entities you're connected to currently and are gently passing this information along, do not know, but you know that there's something in that mirror, and that is why people want it.
Okay. After that, I think Clay will turn around and look at whoever is perceiving these objects right now and what specifically they're looking at. Like, is there anybody else, like, next to them?
Yeah, I mean, if you are just walking up to where everybody is, there are people interested in all of these items. There are plenty of people that are sort of standing in front of or near particular items. Again, most of them, if not all of them, are dressed lavishly. A lot of them sporting glamour weave, which is a very expensive and magical form of clothing that animates certain aspects of it. You see an individual with a sort of crimson suit that sports these flames that come up into purple tips. And you see this woman who has a dress that has leaves falling off of it, as if leaves in autumn. And as they hit the floor, they disappear. But you do notice that there are some people that have an eye on the end of the table. The ledger, you presume. You see most prominently two halfling individuals who are sort of speaking very quickly to each other in hushed tones and looking back and forth between each other and the ledger.
Okay. I think Calais will sort of walk over and they will what's their like demeanor like? Are they, you know, do they look happy or like, I mean, as much as you can see underneath the mask, like, you know?
I think this is gonna be a roll. If you
Oh, is it read people?
want to- Yes, this is going to be a read people roll.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Let's do this. That's gonna be a D8, so we'll see. I'm rotating between die here. I got an 8. Straight up.
An 8?
Another 8.
With an 8, these two individuals do not care for whoever is around them. They are not focused on much of anything else right now. They're not talking pleasantries. They are not like pondering possibilities or anything. They are talking business to each other. That is the insight that you get. They are making plans, and they seem confident.
About the ledger specifically. Okay.
You can
All right,
assume.
then.
Yes.
I can assume. Can I I'm gonna try and use the they don't seem interested in talking with anyone, right?
No, they seem to be ignoring everybody else around them.
Okay. I think what I want to try and do. Can I try and push? I want to know what they're planning, but I know they won't. Maybe they will talk to me. Who knows? Yeah, I'll go over there. And I think I will pretend like I'm running into them, like accidentally. And then I'll spill a little bit of my drink on one of their the dress of the presumably the wife.
Yeah, sure. You spill champagne on to this individual, and when you do, it's a lot because they are halflings and you are much taller than them. It just falls on them, and there is like a gasp, and the halfling man steps back and looks up to you and says, "Hey, you pouring drinks on my wife? What's the problem with you? What's the matter? What are you doing?
I'm so forgive me, please forgive me. You
You come over here, you disrespect my wife? How about I find you after this and I disrespect your kneecaps?"
my knee? I'm so sorry. I can fix this. I promise. I can just and I don't know if I'll be able to like Can I use clairvoyance again?
To do what?
Okay, sorry. I want to use this opportunity to try and see like why they want like the ledger outside of like what business do they want with the ledger? But I want to, be close to them to kind of strengthen that.
Sure.
Just like or read in their thoughts even.
Yeah, no. This is gonna be 2 rolls.
Okay.
The first roll, I would like to see if you can get the spell off.
Okay.
And I do believe you have, just checking the chat here, I think you have gotten a boosted roll.
Oh. Really? Okay. Okay. Cool. So, okay, so the boosted roll, how does that work? Do I add another d8 or?
You bump up the size of the die.
Oh, the bump up the size. Okay, so my spell casting die is actually a d10, so I do it to d12.
Correct.
Which I need to find really quickly. Oh, there you go. All right. Please. Or maybe I'll use this one. Here we go. Ugh. I got an 11.
Heyo.
Very cool. So that's good. The spell is going to go off. I do need you to roll me a hide. No, this is sneak. A sneak roll to see if you can cast a spell without them noticing.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Here we go. Sneak. All right. That's a d8 for me.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who you just bumped into, but I do. You are rolling at a hindrance, so you have a d4 for this roll.
A d4.
Oh.
Sucks. Okay. All right. I'm gonna shit my pants. Sorry, everybody on the stream. I ask for forgiveness. I beg for it. Oh. Okay. All right.
Oops, all fours. Oops, all fours.
You want a high one for this one.
You want a high 4.
I got a 3.
Oh.
That's almost a 4.
Okay. That's just a setback. For those of you who are not familiar with this system, if you are rolling at a hindrance, you automatically roll at a d4. You cannot have a success. You can only get a maximum of a setback. So, you cast your spell in the midst of this diversion that you've created by spilling a drink on a woman. And what you get is that these individuals were planning to get this ledger in the bidding. They are not concerned about how much it was or how high it would get in a bidding war. They're not concerned at all. They are completely confident that they would get it. And the discussion was, if this is what they wanted to get out of this auction, that they would hire somebody to translate it for however long that it takes, and then resell the translated version to multiple buyers.
Capitalism, they say to themselves. So what is the setback?
The setback is that the halfling woman places a hand on the arm of the halfling man, and they're both in just very nice, dark clothings, dress and a suit. Not very descriptive, but just well made. And they have these matching masks, and the masks are that of somewhat reptilian, if you had to guess. Their teeth on the other side of the eyes. Raptor-esque, almost. Frills on the sides. And the woman puts an arm on her husband, and with the other hand, snaps her fingers, and the drink that you soaked her with is wicked away, and she's clean as ever. And says, "Now, darling, we are fine. I am okay. It was an accident, wasn't it now, my friend?" And you see this woman look up at you, and you see her eyes flash. And you see these dark brown eyes flash this copper color for just a second. And you know that you have been found out, and she's choosing not to say anything. But from this, you also know that she's going to keep an eye on you. And she, clearly, is a much more powerful spellcaster than you.
Gotcha. Understood. All right. I think Calais will sort of nod at that, and they'll say, "Yes, it was just an accident. I'm terribly sorry for interrupting." Just so,
Of course.
just so I'm clear, they know
Yes.
that they know the entire everything that like, do they know who I'm with, or do they know what
No,
I'm trying to do?
No, the halfling woman is aware that you cast a spell, and is aware that you were trying to be nosy.
Okay. All right. So we're still. It's still anyone's game.
It's still anyone's game.
It's still anyone's
Still
game.
anyone's game.
Okay. All right. Okay then. So I think Calais will immediately leave. You know, overstay their welcome.
Yes, very much so.
And they'll I think that where's Sylvanas?
Where is Sylvanas? Indeed. He's just kind of spinning around, just standing in the middle of the room, just kind of like, "Oh, wow. Oh, these masks. Oh, how beautiful. Wow, this is such a lovely room. Isn't this fun?" He's just like chatting to himself about how nice of a time he's having right now. Not too far away.
I think Calais will pretend to run into Sylvanas, like clumsily, and they'll like kind of like, "Oh my goodness!"
Whoa.
And then they'll like kind of grasp them by their shoulders, and they'll look up at them, and they'll whisper, "The halfling couple know the halfling woman next to who's coupled up with the man next to the ledger. They knew I cast a spell on them.
Oh.
But I found out that they are very confident about buying the ledger. They seem very rich. They're going to resell it. They're going to upsell it rather, and try and, you know."
I see. That's no good. 2 times no good.
And if you could keep her from watching me, that would be great.
Oh. A distraction. Do you need a distraction?
Sure. Any sort of, I mean, you don't have to do it now, but just at any point.
I'll
really
play it. Got it. I'll keep it locked back here if it looks like you need it. I've got you, Calais. Kind of pats your shoulder really hard.
All right, and then Calais will breeze past.
Yeah. And Sylvanas, you kind of glance over to the people Clay was talking about, and you see the 2 individuals, and you just hear this like, no, I'm gonna find the guy. I'm gonna bust his knee. What? How dare he? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we can't just let this slide. That's why we. It's like, honey, we're trying to keep a low profile. It's fine. We're good. It's fine. Don't worry. I have it handled. It's okay. Like, all right, okay. It just look. We're in public. You know. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna go get some more. You want some more wine? I got you. I got you, honey. And Sylvanas, what are you doing?
Well, I'm starting to think that people don't have fun at these things. Okay. My job is to dissuade bidders. So, Sylvanas is gonna look around for some bidders to dissuade. He's gonna look around for anyone that seems like they got a lot of cash and they're here to spend it.
So true. Here's the thing. Everybody here looks like they got a lot of cash.
Yeah.
But are you just looking for the people who are most interested, or specifically interested in the ledger, or are you just looking for interesting individuals?
Half specifically people looking for the ledger, and then kind of half just very interesting people, because Sylvanas cannot help but people watch. It's a little bit of both.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people here. Just sort of a little beyond the halfling couple, is this very tall, gangly bugbear individual who has very nice scholarly clothes on, stuff that you would recognize. And he also similarly is like writing notes and sort of like looking up. He has tiny little glasses. And he shifts up and squints at the table and is looking at all the items, but sort of like landing on the ledger and nodding, writing something down. You also see, moving past sort of where the ledger is, you see this small human man, very old, long gray, sort of unkept hair, sort of wondering why this individual is here, but their clothes are like fairly nice, but more nicely dressed is their bodyguard, who towers over them. Massive individual, who has a face that's completely wrapped in bandages, and they are in this incredibly nice suit, and the bodyguard is saying absolutely nothing as the man is muttering to himself. And you also see a drow individual who seems so nervous. Seems a little out of place, not in the way that they look, but just in the way that they're carrying themselves. Like, they don't seem like they know what they're doing. But you also see a gorgeous woman with brown skin and very long hair, tied up in 3 separate buns, and there's still hair going past the shoulders. She's wearing this red suit with just small armor pieces on for like pauldrons, and one that is sort of almost acting like a choker with rubies embedded into it. Her dress is rather elaborate and flowing. You can assume it's glamour weave, the way that it is blowing as if it is in a slight embered wind, where bits of the clothing are sort of burning at the ends and reforming. And she seems to be just, again, she's here alone, and she is turning about the room, not looking she's not engaged with anybody, but she seems to be doing something similar to you, as in just taking it all in, seeing where everybody's at. And those are some of the more interesting people that you can sort of pick out at the moment.
Okay. Sylvanas kind of takes a breath, sort of closes his eyes, and then sort of does my friend, my teacher, my wonderful source of guidance, feel particularly strongly about any of these individuals right now?
you feel the watchful eyes of your patron, the Seeker, draw your attention over to the ledger. There's no words. There's no guidance about who you should talk to. It is just the objective, by whatever means.
Straight and to the point. Yes. All right. Okay. Sylvanas is going to kind of straighten himself up and then glance around nearest to him to find for a waiter who's carrying a little drink plate. And then he's going to kind of, how much do I owe you for the...
Just hands you the drink and walks away.
Oh, free drink. Okay, and he just holds it. He does not drink it. He just holds it. And then he's going to nonchalantly as a bright blue antlered tiefling looking strange and off-putting can be, sort of like kind of sidle up next to that beautiful woman in the suit. Like he's also just kind of surveying the crowd as he was, trying to be kind of nonchalant about it. And just sort of like, and just like as a half remark, be like, wonderful evening, is it not?
This woman, also drink in hand, sort of doesn't turn to you, looks with her eyes behind a golden mask first, her golden irises matching before turning to you. Oh. Yes, I suppose it is a lovely evening. Are you people watching as well?
Oh, was it obvious? I tried to be discreet, but, I can't help myself sometimes.
Then are you just here for the dalliances, or are you interested in any of these items for the auction?
Oh, well, a little bit of both, a little bit of this and that. I love a good party. Never really been to one, to be fair, but I'm enjoying myself right now. So, anyway, yes, I am interested in some of the, magical artifacts. I have a great curiosity for magical artifacts. Just scoping the scene, I guess. How about yourself?
She looks you over, and the way that she looks at you, it's not the same as your patron, and it's not the same as somebody that you just run into on the street. It's in the way that maybe a top order predator is deciding whether or not that this kill is worth it. And she presumably raises an eyebrow and says, well, are you a scholar of some kind, an artist? She gestures to your book.
Yes. Oh, yes, both. Well, I dabble in sketching. It's not my primary, it's just a hobby anyway. Yes, scholar, absolutely. I studied for quite some time at Fairhaven for arcane languages. It is my greatest passion.
You don't say. And now she fully turns to you. Well, for one, I consider myself a bit of a scholar and an artist myself. And I also attended Fairhaven. I didn't see you there, so I assume I was before your time.
His eyes that are already so large get even bigger, and he goes, "Oh, you're kidding! Oh my goodness, that is so exciting! Oh, what did you study? How long ago? I'm surprised that I didn't see you there. You don't look to be any older than I am. Did I just?" Well, to be fair, I did not get out of my dorm a lot. I was doing a lot of studying, a lot of extracurriculars, in my... Sorry.
Oh, okay. So you're a charmer. And
what?
this half-elven individual sort of chuckles. He goes, well, I studied illusions and enchantments, among other things. I gathered a few degrees while I was there.
Oh, wow, a few. This is very impressive.
Well, again, I had a knack for studying, and I stayed for quite a while in Fairhaven. I was quite close with the headmaster, in fact.
Oh, oh, yeah. Did you know Professor Orb? Were you?
We all knew Professor Orb.
Yes,
And
wasn't he
she
a
just
delight?
closes her eyes.
He goes, I remember him fondly. The way he just flowed about into the room. He was such a delight. He always had something to say most of the time. Hello, I'm Professor Orb. College was fun.
It was certainly interesting. Though, like you, I mostly put my head down and was invested in my studies.
Very
And
respectable.
my painting.
Oh, painting. You're a painter.
Yeah, I dabble. It's a hobby.
Yes, I understand. He kind of holds up his book. I do a little sketching here and there. No painting, just like field drawings. I really love nature and flora and fauna and the things of the world and the people in it. I love to, he kind of gestures to the room. I like to watch and to learn. So
I see. And I don't suppose someone as charming as yourself came alone? And she sort of scans the room.
He blinks and goes, oh, I promise I'm not charming you. I didn't study that. But no, I have some friends. I'm not really sure where they went. They all kind of went in different directions to see as much as possible, I assume.
I see. And don't worry, darling, I would know if you were charming me, and it wouldn't work.
Oh, right. You know that better than I. Oh, I must be talking your ear off. I apologize.
Don't. In fact, I'd like to hear more of your perspective. Though this is not really the place for it, is it? It's not exactly private.
Oh,
If you don't mind shedding your anonymity, would you like to meet for dinner? Reservations.
blink. Oh. I like dinner. Yes. Reservations for where?
That's the name of the restaurant. Upper Sharn?
Oh, I've not been there.
Yes, it has magically private booths. You can talk in private about your studies and mine.
Oh, yes, I see. So that no one can learn your magical secrets. Yes. That sounds nice. Yes. When? Where? He just kind of stands there. He like flips to a blank page in his book and has his little quill. Like he's gonna write it down.
How free are you tomorrow evening?
Free, I assume. Very much so. I don't typically do very much in the evenings. I read.
Of course. Then just show up. You'll be there to where you need to be.
Oh, right. Should I ask for a name? Should I say something?
I'll give you that tomorrow. How about that?
Oh, right. Because of the, he like points at his little mask. Yes, I understand. Well, I will see you there, and we can chit chat about degrees and art techniques.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have much to talk about. Sharing thrilling tales of academia, keeping our heads down in our sketchbooks and textbooks.
Fine.
Well, I'm going to go back to people watching. I hope you don't mind. I do have a reason for being here, but I will see you tomorrow evening. Reservations.
Certainly. Reservations at reservations. Goodbye. And he kind of waves and then turns around and like looks back and forth to find somewhere else to be, and then just kind of walks that way, and he like trips over his own shoes a little bit.
And I think as you are walking and tripping over yourself, we pass by Finch. What are you doing at this current time?
Finch has moseyed his way over to the bartender. I'm sure one of a few, but this one is the bartender. I think she walks up to the table counter. I don't know what bartenders call them. And puts his blood fingers out and taps it one by one before unclipping quill in her ear and passing it along and saying, "Oh, drink please. Over here. Over here. Thank you."
The bartender, this half-orc individual with silver hair, is cleaning glasses, making sure things are set up, and sort of like eyes the feather on the table, starts pouring a drink. Your drink. The one that you ask for every time, that you don't need to ask for anymore. You look different. What brings you here?
Well, money.
Don't know why I asked.
Right. Well, that's what I'm good for. And favors, of course, if you've got one in mind.
What do you need?
Yeah, I kind of want to make this quick. Who should I know about that I need to worry getting a ledger? If you don't know that, just give me a heads up on literally anything you know.
Oh. That I could tell you. Passes your drink over. And begins cutting limes. So, I'm sure you're aware, nothing in this auction is legal. So, if you are trying to get this for anybody, make sure you do it quietly. Most of these people are upper echelon, higher Sharn. You know?
Yeah.
People we don't usually spend a lot of time with. People we keep eyes on.
Right.
No. I can't tell you for certain who's who, considering the amount of glamour weave and illusion magic that's going on. But I'd be careful of anybody keeping themselves close to their chests. I don't know how I feel about the host either. Seems a little in over his head. Being very vague about where the items came from and where the money's going.
Now, sounds fun and very suspicious. Great. You've been maybe in and out of here. You know anywhere where I can get a little closer to the auction items?
I mean,
Are you just going to tell me to walk up there right next to it? Is that what's coming right now?
alright, so our rapport is getting a little old.
All right, that's fine. I really appreciate it, though.
Hey, listen. You gotta distract a whole lot of people if you don't want to get noticed.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I brought some people to do that for me. They are.
You're working with people?
Let's not talk about it. Favor for you. After this, maybe? Or...
Yeah, I'll find you.
No. I'll find you. Oh, so sorry. I didn't mean to take your time. It looks like someone wants a drink.
Oh, man, this is like the seventh. This is the seventh one you've asked for. Are you sure? Can I at least get you something else?
Oh, yikes.
I'll be around.
So what's his hat look like? It's probably a little big, right? I'm gonna say maybe he's got sort of a pocket hat.
I'm gonna say the
Fine.
bartender's not wearing a hat. However, the person who is coming with the woman who is already drunk, looking to get another drink, is wearing a hat.
Oh, hey, let me get that drink for you. I know that he can be a little stiff sometimes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of
Like
course.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're so good.
I just want to be good for when we start the auction.
You're gonna be so good. Let me get that for you. Bartender, and as Finch says, bartender, Finch is gonna reach out to her head. And not super, I mean, it's kind of plain Dave staring at the bartender. Switch the hats. This person.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be a sleight of hand.
You got a D10 for that, folks. My character is real serious, by the way. Cool. Sleight of... No, it's a D8. Sorry. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hat.
Sleight of hat.
Sleight of hand.
You got a 6. I think that's good.
Yeah, that is a success. Hats. Swaps.
Get another drink for me. Put it on my tab.
The bartender just like looks at you and just like what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. You got this. Thank you. Finch will go off. And as Finch scans the room, trying to see what everyone else is doing, can Finch scan for the host? Is that someone Finch would even know?
Yeah, you do not need to look very hard. Again, the host is probably the loudest person in the room. And is up front by the auction items, talking to individuals who have also approached to check out the items, laughing boisterously, and just like doing the thing that like is like clearly like you look at people and they're getting nervous talking to him because he's trying to guess who they are in a joking way, but like they're taking it very seriously.
Cool. Finch clocks that, and then I think Finch just scans the room, maybe a little bit towards the dark sides of the room, looking for Snowy. And I'm gonna abandon my scene, so maybe Snowy can take over.
Snowy, what are you up to?
Snowy is actually, she went over to one of the food tables, maybe like a little moose boosh, picks one, or a couple actually. She has a handful of them now, and she is walking against the wall, like near the wall, trying to find a place to just walk away.
Okay, I think what happens, Snowy, is you are just like running your hand along the wall with a fistful of party snacks, and you do like you pass like a very like it's like a narrow window, right? This is an old tower. It looks like okay, this is where like you would put a sniper, right? It's just wide enough to like put a bow through or a crossbow. And then you get to the door on the other side of the tower that goes up to the top. And there's a guard in front who just kind of like nods, like barely acknowledges you. And then you get to like the front of the room where the auction items are, and you realize, oh yeah, this is a circular room. There's no hallways to go into except for leaving the venue and going down down the tower. So like you could leave and go into other parts of the tower, but in this like place, there's only 2 exits.
I love how it took Snow a while to realize it's a circular room.
It's a pretty big room, to be fair.
Circle. So there's the 2 exits, one going further up the tower, and then the second exit is just to go somewhere else completely in the tower.
Basically, yeah, where you came from, basically. So you guys came up the sort of like spiral staircase that came up, and there were like other rooms down there, but those were closed off because the event is only happening at this top room.
Closed off for now. Snowy is going to pop one of the small food, start munching, and right out of the room to like the lower levels.
Okay. You start walking by like the guards in the weapon check, and just like are you leaving? Do you want your weapon, or are you just gonna come back? Or
where's the bathroom?
Oh, that's bottom floor, I think. Turns to the other guard. Yeah, bottom floor. Bottom floor. I don't work this venue very often. I think it's the bottom floor.
If I go down to the bathroom, can I come back up? Do I need a stamp or something to come back inside, or?
No, we've seen you. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be back. And I think before, if they could even say anything to her, she'll like try to like tuck into like pieces of food. If their hands are taken, she's gonna like kind of like put it on them or their armor, like snack for later. You're doing a good job. She's gonna go.
Yeah, and you just leave down the hall and then down the stairs, and they just like look at each other. The other, the one like with the weapons just kind of wordlessly picks it off, pops it in their mouth.
My man. And so she's gonna go down a level, and the first door she sees, if there's anyone around her, I think she'll pause, and if they walk by, or if I don't know, she'll just wait until no one's there, and then she'll open the first door she sees.
Yeah, so it's a tower, so it's kind of like it's a pretty crooked tower, right? So it's a spiral staircase along the edges of the tower, sort of like the inner edges. And then there's like floors, and there is like a couple of like rooms within the intersection of towers. And yeah, there are still guests kind of coming in, though it seems like most of the guests are here, but like there's a couple of people that like walk past you, and you wait for a bit. You grab the handle. So if you just went one level down, this door is locked. Would you like to try to open it somehow?
Yes, I would. I actually have, in my set of tools, have lockpicks.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, that is what they're for. So I think that is going to be... What is this gonna be? I'll let you pitch it to me. What do you think this is?
Oh god. Uh, I guess I would consider it sneak just because she's trying to do it stealthily and like quietly. It's gonna like, fiddle with the doorknob with her lock picks. I don't know anything else.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna say that's not something you have to worry about. There's nobody on this floor. So I'm gonna not give you a hindrance because there's nobody here, but I think it's gonna be a sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
If there are people around, I think sneak would be appropriate, but right now you are alone.
Okay. Since I don't have that skill, that is a D6?
That's a D6.
Okay. That would be that'd be a 3.
A 3, okay. I think what that means is that you get the door open. You pink. But you're not gonna be able to use these tools again.
Oh man, it's just like Skyrim. Oh no! She's gonna just little tick, and she's gonna go. Got these. Okay. And she's gonna take the 2 broken pieces she has from those lockpicks, put it back in her pouch. What pouch? I don't know. And walk inside the room.
Yeah, you open the door. Wait, let me do a Mercer. Hold on. And you walk into the room, and it is dark in here. First off, but that doesn't matter to you because with your super Gloomstalker eyes, you can see perfectly fine in grayscale in here.
Yeah.
And it seems like this is like another room that would be for a venue, like an event. And I think if you want to get more information out of this room, I want to say, I'm gonna say this is like a lookout role.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That will be a 5.
Okay, that's good. There are a lot of things covered in like cloths and tarps in this room. It's not as big as the room at the top floor. It kind of looks like there are some things like in storage here. And if you sort of uncover some of them, you see that there are some of these are instrument boxes. And there are extra candles and things, and you're realizing that like, oh, okay, there's an event happening tonight. Whoever owns this tower probably just rents it out for events. Whatever its original intended purpose was, it has been bought out by somebody, and they just rent it to people who want to have a quirky venue.
All right. So this is just another venue or like another room to have events in. Are there like bigger windows here?
There are similarly the small slitted windows.
Okay. Is all that's in this room just like those instruments and stuff, or could, if I looked harder, would there be more things?
No, with your roll, you look and you don't find anything in terms of like weapons or anything. Again, a lot of it is like things that you would need for venues. So there's like glasses, and there are more tablecloths and tables in here. It looks like this is where they're keeping a lot of the stuff. Like this room might not get a lot of use. But I will say, as you're moving things, your foot sort of hits sort of like a inconsistency in the wooden flooring.
Ooh. Snowy's gonna lean down and see whatever she kicked.
Yeah, you do so, and you realize that there is a hatch under one of these rugs.
So it's gonna try and open it.
Yeah. You do so. And I think what happens is you open the hatch and you realize immediately you sort of like squint your eyes because there is suddenly light coming in from the basically you're looking down from the ceiling of the floor below you, and there are candles in here. It's brightly lit, and you see this you see this dwarven individual, a little older, has a comb over, and has like a very like nice suit, is talking to a human and an elven individual, and you sort of overhear them like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know where the items are from. Did we need to know that? Do we? He said that he sourced them himself. It should be fine, right? It's good. We don't even have like this is private security. We don't have Sharn watch here. They don't even come down here, so it's fine, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I mean, it's legal. I mean, why would it be a problem? We can't verify where any of these items came from. Is that it could be? It's a risk factor. Like, what are we? What happens if Sharn Watch comes in here? You know, they're not always in uniform. Like, we have no idea. Like, we're trying to run a legit business here. Okay. I mean, yes, I understand. I mean, I can go up. I can talk to the owner again. I'm sure he can smooth things over. I'm sure maybe there's just a detail I missed. You know how adventurers are. They just go find stuff, and then they bring it, and then they don't need all of it. So that's what. Is that not what he told you? That's what I. Okay. Listen, I'll go talk to him. I'll go smooth it over. It'll be fine. The event's not even that long. It's okay. And Snowy, I need you to roll me sneak, or
Okay.
I think this is a hide. To see if you can, unless you're trying to drop into this room for whatever reason without getting unnoticed. I'll ask you, do you want to try to drop into this room, or do you want to try to close the hatch without getting noticed?
I think Snowy is gonna want to close the hatch without being noticed.
Okay, I think that is a hide.
Okay. That will be a 5.
That's good. You very quietly, and you close the hatch, and you kind of sit there in the darkness, and you're like going over this conversation you overheard. This might not be a very legit event. This might not be a very legit auction. I mean, you kind of knew that like some of these things were acquired illegally, but it seems like the event owners or the people who tend to the tower were bamboozled a little bit.
Okay. I think with that, Snowy is going to stand up and start walking out of the room, and continue to look for another exit.
Alrighty. And while you continue, I think we are going to pan as you are. Are you going back up the stairs or going down the stairs to the lower levels as well?
She is going further down the levels.
Gotcha. As you are going further down, a group of individuals pass you. They are all in dark robes, all of them with matching masks. And with exception of the person in the lead, shaved head, Their mask is a little bit more ornate. It's completely black with just a smidge of like silver elements underneath the eyes. And they wordlessly walk past you. There's, besides the leader, there's maybe like 5, 6 of them. It's a pretty large group. And they start to ascend.
I don't think Snowy will really do anything. She'll watch them walk past, but just kind of side stare like these guys look shifty. But continue on because that's not what she's here for.
Okay. And we will shift back up to the main floor. And for all of you who are in the venue, it's pretty noticeable because this sort of get-together is kind of in full swing now. You see a party approach, about 7 people, matching dark robes, matching masks, enter the venue, and they kind of settle towards the back of the room for a moment before spreading out a bit. But the tallest individual with a shaved head and the different mask is staring very intensely at the items on the table. And Calais, I'd like to know what your thoughts are.
Sorry, an alarm just went off, so I got a little bit distracted there.
Oh no.
So I think they're like probably recovering from the incident, like just thinking that like they messed up this whole evening just by being caught, and they really, really hope that they can somehow salvage what they just, lost in terms of reputation. But they notice these figures, and they're at the back of the room, you said?
They were, and then they sort of dispersed a little bit. But the seeming leader, perhaps, of this group is sort of just staying sort of in the middle of the room, little off center, just like really intensely looking at these items, like not making a point to like come up close and inspect or like interact with anybody, but just from a distance, pretty intensely looking at all of the items.
Okay. So if she's intense about it, I think they will approach. And you said she's looking intensely. Can I like read like a person to see what she's looking at specifically? Like or is she looking at all of them? Or they, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You can read. You can roll to read a person.
Okay.
Read with your special eyes, Clay.
My big ol' eyes. They got. Wait, is it a D8? Yes, it's D8. Oopsie. So I gotta roll the D8 to see. Well, maybe not that one because that one gave me a doo-doo roll.
Cursed.
Really doo-doo poo-poo nasty.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. Can I... What does a 4 do? I'm not sure. Like...
A 4 is setback. I think as you're trying to figure out what this, or like a partial success. So I mean, this person is definitely like interested in the items. So you assume that they're here for like the actual auction proper.
Okay.
But the thing is that you don't know what they're interested in, and you don't know why they came with a squad, basically.
Right.
Really all that you're getting is that you know that this person is here for the items. It does seem like they have other intentions. And like, you came with a team. They came with a team. Everybody else just kind of came here, assumedly, either by themselves or, with a date or something. If you're coming in with a team, you're probably trying to do something. But you're just, it's a little hard to understand like what exactly that thing is.
Okay. I think I'm gonna like kind of coolly approach, but like pretend to be observing, like kind of next to them, but not like right up next to them, but I'm just going to like look at the items, survey them, and then kind of do like a go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, yeah. As you sort of like do that, even though you're like not right next to them, as you are like planning to sort of like, see what you can do to like get some sort of interaction with this individual, they move away from you. Not acknowledging you, they just move.
All right, so okay, no good. I'm gonna try and do clairvoyance again, the same kind of thing, to see if I can, like, why are they behaving so sketchy? So I'm assuming, like last time. Oh wait, never mind. What was the difference last time? Why did I have to do 2 rolls again? Was that because
You were trying to do it subtly so that they didn't notice, and then also to get the spell off. And you had a hindrance because who you were casting the spell on was much more magically adept than you. So you are attempting to cast clairvoyance again on the who you presume to be the leader that moved away from you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because if that is the case,
Okay.
that is also a hindered roll.
It is also hindered. Okay.
So I'll let you make that decision.
All right. Okay. I'll still do it. I'm gonna either
Roll
ruin this
D4.
evening or it'll be,
Do your
So
best,
that was-
Calais.
I'll do my
I
best.
believe in you.
Wait. So as a hindrance roll was what?
A hindrance roll is a D4.
D4.
You're rolling spellcasting.
Okay. I'm rolling spellcasting right now. Okay, gotcha. Okay. That's an 8 out of 10, but I mean, doesn't matter. Or
You're rolling a D4.
You have to roll
I
D4,
thought
please.
I was rolling spellcasting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hindered roll, which means no matter what it is, it's a D4.
Okay, gotcha. I got a 4.
Okay. That means that is just a lesser consequence or partial success. You reach out again, and once again, the warm flooding of information comes into your mind. And yeah, these people are definitely not just here for these items. In fact, you believe that these items belong to these people. At least they think that. And they're here to get them back. But not just to get them back. They want to punish who took them.
Punish.
And it seems like they are surveying the scene before that happens. And as you are getting this information, you hear a voice in your head. Not yours. Not any deity that you know. I would suggest that you don't go peeking around the mines of this room. And if you wish to get out unscathed, you should leave now.
Okay. So I think at that they'll Can they just say back to the person the can they speak to them? I'm assuming they can with clairvoyance. Clay's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I thought you all were the entertainment. Are you a boy band or something?
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a roll.
Can I see this at all? I have sweet talk, and I would love to help out someone at some point.
That would be great if this wasn't happening
Okay.
in their minds.
For sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sweet talk roll,
Okay. That's a straight
and that
D6.
is that's gonna be a D4.
A D4.
They are hostile.
Okay. Okay. All right. Please. I got a 4 again. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm like,
Congratulations.
Hold on. I actually-
Congratulations. Double fours.
All right.
Good old double fours Calais.
So what happens is that you watch as that individual just sort of visually writes you off, but you also see them make a hand gesture, and you watch as one of the cloaked and masked individuals begins to just circle the room in a way that they are always have an eye on you.
okay.
So, Sylvanas, what are you up to? As we
Oh.
pan across one of these cloaked figures, we see you.
Oh, excuse me. Sylvanas is walking away, so thrilled that he just got invited to dinner. Wow! They said this was going to be hard, and it's been so nice, and I made a friend. So I think this is going really fantastically. Sylvanas is going to collect himself, take a little sip of his sparkling wine, and then kind of like hiccup, and then remember that he has a job to do. Go, right, of course. Focused on the task at hand. Is that... Sylvanas, okay. I noticed those the cloaked individuals coming in, right? I see them.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
Where do they kind of end up going to? Do they all kind of scatter to the winds?
They scatter, yeah.
Okay. Blocking that. Sylvanas kind of nods, thinks to himself, I shouldn't mess with that. Not me. And then he turns and goes and walks for that academic bugbear, someone he looks like he could probably have a conversation with, who isn't scary.
Yeah. You walk up to this individual, and this bugbear man is just deeply entrenched in notes, doesn't even notice you come up.
Oh, excuse me, so sorry. I couldn't help but notice your fine dress and you're taking notes as well.
Yes. I'm quite interested in this ledger. I don't know if you've gotten the information about it.
I read a bit. What did it say again?
Apparently, this is incredibly old. It is possibly a encrypted. I'm hoping that it is an encrypted study of or recount of records of cultures from the different ages, as this is dated before even the Age of Giants,
My
which
goodness.
is an incredible find. I'm an anthropologist myself,
Oh.
so though I know many encrypted tomes and things that I myself or other researchers have found have been incredibly difficult to decipher. Just there are so many dead languages, arcane or otherwise, that it makes
yes.
it quite difficult.
Certainly, I'd know it. I graduated with a degree in arcane languages. I know quite well.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, in fact. Let me get
Fairhaven.
a. Oh, yes, most certainly. Did you attend as well?
I did not study in Fairhaven, but I know that they that is one of their tracks. Not many graduates from that department, as I'm aware. So it's a pleasure to meet you. I realize we probably shouldn't be exchanging names, but
Yes, of course. Well, in regular circumstances, I would love to give it to you. It's wonderful to meet a fellow academic. It seems like not very many people here are particularly interested in the academics or the magical value of the artifacts in sort of a scientific way, and it's refreshing. Though, I want Sylvanas to kind of look at the ledger from here. How close are we to the ledger from here?
a little ways away. I mean, there's like a rope, and then it's on the table, so it's, you know, a distance at which you could not reach for it.
Yes. But I kind of looked it over before, so I kind of squints his eyes. He goes, I've been looking at it though, because as a study of arcane languages, I'm particularly interested in that myself. But as I was looking, I'm not so sure about its make. Did you look really close?
Oh.
Yes. See, the bindings there, typically in a book of that age, in a book of that fashion, they would look this certain way, but it just doesn't seem quite right to me,
Sort of squints and adjusts his tiny glasses. I'm gonna need you to sweet talk.
Yes. Okay. All right. Six.
6 is a success.
Six for Solanas.
Yeah, this bugbear individual, this bugbear anthropologist, goes, oh, you may be right about that.
Isn't that
I'm starting
curious?
to question the legitimacy of this item.
No,
Yeah,
see,
we aren't even allowed to see the pages.
exactly. That's exactly what I thought. We're not allowed to look at it very up close. We're not allowed to inspect the pages. I'm not even really sure where these things come from. I've been a little skeptical, and I overheard some people talking. It seems like most people here kind of don't really concern themselves with the validity of the pieces. It's more about, the show of having an expensive magical item from, a sort of hush-hush auction.
Yeah.
I know I'm probably not supposed to share. This is kind of a secrets, everyone to themselves occasion, but you seemed like a scholar and like someone who that would really matter to, and from one scholar to another. I wouldn't want to watch you waste your coin on a bidding for forgery. He kind of whispers, forgery.
That is true. I may not have as much coin as others here, so I appreciate you looking out. I may move my prospects elsewhere. And sort of claps you on the shoulder. His hand takes up like all of your back.
Oof. He
and
kind of
gives you a polite nod and sort of moves on. And
have a wonderful evening.
with that successful dissuasion, I think we are going to go to break right here for a little bit. We'll be back in a minute to finish out the last stretch of this game. And when we come back, we're going to announce another raffle winner.
Woo!
So,
Yay!
Raffle winner. Raffle winner.
Thanks for hanging out.
Raffle winner.
Hi.
hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
From break, which means
Howdy.
we have our next raffle winner. Amihan, if you would like to take it away.
Yes. So drum roll, please. The winner for Coffee Bard's what is it, like a face portrait, like a bust portrait? Like a
Yes.
yes, double.
Sketch bust.
The winner, yes. Oh yeah, sketch bust portrait. Okay. The winner for Coffee Bard's sketch bust portrait is Dare.
Woo!
So
Slay.
congratulations,
Yeah.
There.
Woo!
Yay!
Message me on Twitter or Ko-fi, Slay.
And if you're not present, then we'll message you.
We'll do that after.
We'll get in contact.
Our people will meet your people.
I'll find you.
We'll find you.
We will find you.
Nico
We
will
know where
find
you are.
I'm
Yeah.
coming.
All right. Yeah, do you want to say the full?
Sorry. What was that?
In the chat.
I couldn't hear what you said.
In the chat.
What's
Look at
happening in the? Oh,
Is it Dare to Dream RPG?
Dare to Dream. It just says Dare here, but I'm assuming it's Dare to Dream.
Fair
But
enough.
So true.
it just says Dare in the. Yeah, that's all it shows me here in the donations. They just show me
Okay.
whatever was filled in. I'm sorry.
No worries. We can confirm later. Okay, so we're gonna jump right back into this last stretch of our stream, and we are opening back up with Finch. Things are going. You went to go talk to your bartender informant. You turn around and Snowy's gone. Sylvanas seems to just be chatting people up, and you notice that there are people in the room that are circling Calais.
Okay, great. Why did I come with people? I don't know. Finch is gonna try to streamline it too clear, but try to look a little casual about it. Like, oh, hello, your dress is beautiful. Oh, those shoes, wonderful. Clay. And Finch will, if allowed, reach around your shoulders, Clay, to pull you in a little close.
Yeah. Hi. What's...
You're doing terrible.
Okay. Yes. I might
Great.
have royally fucked up a little bit, but, messed up. Oops.
It's okay.
Get one.
I'm old enough. You can use those words. Cool. Well, I think we should be ex-lovers. I think you'd be perfect at that since you're already so good at being so terrible. And so right. We need to distract that guard over there. Do you think you could fight with me a little closer to them?
I know you like flirting with everything that moves, but that's not going to work. Not even in your dreams. But also, yes. Sure, if you can get me out of this, I'll listen.
Wow. Must be nice to have that sort of confidence. Hopefully that runs into stealing the thing that we need to steal. Yes, let's go. Finch will shuffle them over a little closer to the guard that is closer to the auction table. So is the guard sitting like in front of the things that we would try to procure, not steal, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
He's just standing in front, sort of near Jolger, just sort of like, glancing over the people, just making sure nobody's like trying to pop the little rope that they got there.
Great. Do your worst. You're good at that. And Finch will take a 2-step back. Oh! So you're flirting with the guard. He's so cute for you, right?
Oh my goodness, this again. Am I just not allowed to look at anybody?
No,
I mean-
you're not.
Okay, sure, like this guard. Maybe a tall drink of water with the biggest muscles I've ever seen, but I wasn't oogling him, I swear. I swear.
Yeah, Finch will look directly at this guard. They react.
Yeah. This guard is like the scrawniest elf you've ever seen with like a spear, and like just big eyes, has like no idea what's going on. Well, me?
Yeah, don't
What?
you
What happened? What happened?
don't you even try to pretend with your gorgeous doe eyes sort of stuck in the
What?
headlights sort of situation. I know
Well,
that you've
oh,
been
I'm not pretending.
that you've
Leave
been
him alone. Leave him alone. Leave. Oh,
Oh,
Listen. I'm so sorry. And then like
oh, okay.
they like gently like touch their forearm if it's like okay. Just in a reassurance. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm
If
just
anything,
here. I didn't
you
mean
were the
to-
one to look at me first, right?
Oh, what? What do you mean? I'm watching people. I have to. It's my job.
Right. See?
Is this the kind of stuff that you hire here? You hire people to flirt with others who are formally engaged. And Finch is addressing who the bartender pointed out to be the person selling the items.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna need to use for one of you, to, I guess this is a, I don't know.
This
This
is
is either intimidation or sweet talk. I can go either way.
Can we both roll?
Whatever you think makes sense.
I know we're both good at those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Okay.
Just fuck this guy up. He's just doing his job.
He's just doing his
Just doing
job.
his job.
His job. And we're
This would be my
messing with it.
worst nightmare. I can't even imagine.
Literally got a 10.
Nice.
Hey, I'm gonna try and use
Nope.
those flashbacks, y'all. I promise.
I got I got a 6. So
Those are both successes. This dude is sweating bullets. He's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just doing my job. I was just doing my job. I have to keep an eye on everybody. And he was just like muttering to himself. He looks like he is shrinking into himself. And as you address, who you assume to be the host, this man who was talking to somebody else, not even paying attention to whatever spectacle you're making. But as you address him, he turns to you and says, "Oh, hello. I haven't greeted you yet." Just completely oblivious. How are you doing this
I'm
evening?
terrible.
Did you have any questions?
Your guard is oogling and boogling my now ex-partner right in front of you. You hire these sort of people to watch your items, your treasures.
Oh my goodness, over you oogle boogling. You can't do that to our guests. And this card is just like, just so stressed. Just so stressed. This was supposed to be an easy job. He goes, I'm so sorry. Maybe I'll swap at the door guard. I'll swap at the door guard.
You know what?
I'll go up front.
I think
I'll go to the bottom. I'll go to the bottom of the tower.
I think while they're saying this, they're like, well, you know what? I bet this guard is a lot more romantic than you were everywhere. So you know what? Meet me. And then Kalei looks at the guard. Meet me outside after all this. You know. Maybe we
Oh,
can.
that's okay. I gotta go. I'll swap with oh, sorry, we can't say names. I'll swap. I'll go. And he like makes his way out, and Jolie just like, oh, but okay, I suppose I'll watch the items. I'm so.
Now you're crying. You're the one who decided.
Oh no.
So attractive.
Oh my goodness,
You
no.
live above me, who's not as attractive. Finch is gonna bolt.
Tears are bad.
Finch is gonna bolt, crying towards closer to maybe around where the auction items are, and on the way, seems like there's a person with a large Texas cowboy hat, maybe white. Maybe very tall.
Roll sleight of hand.
Okay. I'm gonna use a flashback for this because everyone I rolled a 1. Okay, so I'm gonna make this happen. Finch is running out, crying, bawling, and trying to steal this hat, and it's a little too big, right? People are gonna notice. So, I think, before this even happened, Finch, had already put a little bit of what I call goodnight kiss into this person's drink. This is a non-lethal poison. And goodnight kiss makes you a little sleepy. And so, if allowed, I would like this person to be falling asleep while I'm trying to steal this hat and make the roll again.
Yeah. No, you don't even need to make the roll. Use flashback. This person, you're running by and, like sobbing, and there's like, what? Huh? What?
Your hat
And the
is
hat's already gone.
freaking gorgeous. Running away. This man already has a very large bucket hat. It's very confusing. Finch is
Yeah, he just reaches for it, oh, okay.
Finch trying to hide has like this large white cowboy hat. And just real quick, leaving the scene, Finch is gonna sort of position herself closer to like the auction items, and try to hide with this very large hat, like somewhere near them.
I think that's a hide roll with a hindrance.
No way. That's
Can I
so-
help? Hello, my name is Sylvanas. Can I help you? Can I help? Can I have seen Finch running by in a giant
everyone saw
white cowboy hat, crying your eyes out? And I go,
On
wow,
Innuendos?
that's not very stealthy at all. I thought Finch was good at this. I'm shocked.
All right.
And Sylvanas is going to cast a spell. Sylvanas is going to cast Shadow Step upon you. So that when you get over into the cover of shadow, they kind of envelop you, kind of become one with the shadows in the corner.
Wow.
So that maybe
Yeah,
you don't
can
have a
I-
hindrance on this roll.
So true. Can I get you to roll me a spell casting roll, please?
Yes, I'm really good at that. Fucking 10! Sorry for the curse! We only get
That's
one and I
two.
said 2.
It's 2. It's too late. You can't go back. I already apologize. Okay,
Okay.
so
That's a 10!
Yeah, I mean, Finch, no hindrance as you start to you realize you start to step into people's shadows as you are going by, the shadows that are sort of flickering off of the ever bright chandeliers, and you realize that you are just sort of like turning invisible every time you step into somebody's shadow. And as you try to get into a corner, can I get you to make a hide roll, please?
No. Yes, you can, of course.
Wink from Sylvanas. And he says wink.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. So, on a 4, you sort of
Hat
get
is
into a position
so
where you think,
big.
yeah, but I mean, you stick to the shadows that are created. This is a pretty bright room, but there are still some. The shadow is sort of like the corner of a table. The way that the light is reflecting off of things creates a longer shadow for you to hide in, and you are basically completely invisible in this shadow. And while you're here, Finch, and you are sort of, eyes on the prize, you can't help but feel like there are eyes on you, which there shouldn't be, because you should be completely, like, you picked up the, like, oh, okay, spell got cast on me, I'm good, I'm familiar with this. But it feels like somebody's looking at you. And you tilt your head, just corner of your eye. And you see, meeting your gaze for just a split second, is a halfling woman in a black dress, black raptor mask, before moving off.
You don't have a hat, do you?
She does not have a hat.
Useless.
But you're in a pretty good position right now. And we are left with Clay. That just happened. And the host is going, I'm so sorry. Did something going wrong? I apologize for my guards. I'll get a replacement. I'll get a replacement in here very, very quickly.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, it's just a small little bug on my window at this point. I just want it's all right. I'm having a great time otherwise, you know. Actually, can I make a toast?
A toast, my friend. You may toast whatever you like.
Yes.
For what is the occasion?
Well, we're all here. We're all gathered together. And so I think Clay will just, you know, raise their glass of sparkling whatever and then like hit the side of it with their hand, and they'll go, well, I just want to make a toast to all of our old lives and to the new. We should be celebrating the fact that we're all here tonight. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us will certainly look forward to leading new lives with whatever objects we want to win. I mean, some of you here, though, have other goals in mind, right? It appears that one of you has stolen something from me. And I think they're going to use their flashback.
Oh shit, okay.
They had planted something on the halfling woman that belonged to Calais. As they like spilled their drink and like, you know, tried to adjust themselves, it was their pendant. And then they will run up to the halfling woman and then say, a thief making a plan to steal from everyone here in this room.
So a few things happen. When you make this sort of announcement, the room goes kind of quiet and sort of like all attention is turned to you. Then you start making accusations of stealing, and Jolger is like, surely not trying to get a word in. And as you run up to this halfling woman, before you can get too close to her, you freeze. You cannot move. And you hear, I warned you the first time. I told you with your kneecaps. Now it's gonna be a whole lot more. How about a rib cage? You got one of those. You got how many ribs? Doesn't matter. You're not gonna have any when I'm done with you, okay?
Oh no.
And
Oh no.
while this is happening, Snowy, what are you up to?
Well, Snowy is going to continue heading down the tower, and every door she passes, she looks. Has she passed by another door?
You pass by the door that you know is going to be the room where the individuals were speaking, but as you were walking past, those people walked past you and have gone up into the main venue. So that door is unlocked.
Yes, Snowy's gonna open it. She saw a glimpse of what was inside, but it was not a thorough enough search, because you never know what you can find in random room. So he's gonna go inside.
Yeah, you open the door, no lock, and for this room, I'm gonna carry over your roll from last time because it was good. This is like office. This is definitely where the people who own this place do their like operations. You see papers and scrolls strewn about across a desk. There are multiple chairs. It seems like this is owned by multiple people. And there are just tons of quills and books, a lot of record keeping, and there is a safe in the back.
I think Snowy is going to go to the desk and just kind of glance of what's on top, and then maybe rifle the drawers if she can.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, that's gonna be a roll to see what you can find here, and I think that is going to be, I suppose Either lookout or tracker. I'll let you choose.
I'll do track.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That'll be an 8.
Fantastic. You're going through and like, yeah, these are records of like what people owe, like what the tower has been rented out for, and they don't. They're actually not super used to having events of this like high caliber. It seems like it's usually for other things, like other private parties and things like that. But you do find the records for this particular event, and you see a name on there for the person who put the deposit down to rent out the space. And you see Jolger Tarkanen.
Snowy is going to take that sheet of paper and she's going to put it away in her dress.
All right. And what do you do after tucking that away?
Anything interesting in the drawers at all?
It is mostly paperwork. It seems like if there were any keys or anything, they were taken with the individuals.
Okay. Snowy's gonna close those back up and turn back towards the safe and see if she can even try and open it.
Yeah, do you have anything to help you, or are you just gonna try to guess the padlock?
What kind of padlock is it? Is it just like a normal like lock that you kind of like push in, like a little?
As far as you're aware, it is a number pad. Though, you could check for traps if you want.
I would like to check for traps.
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna make this entire roll a disarm traps roll.
Okay. Oh god. Oh no. Hey. That's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. So you begin to just like, you're a little overconfident. It's like, yeah, I could probably figure it out. I got time. And you start moving the numbers, and you're being careful, and you hear the tumblers move in a way, and you hear click. Okay, sounds like you got the first one. Click. Okay, guess the second one. Feel a little confident. And you're getting to like the third number. And then something wet drips onto your hand.
Oh. Safe juice. No, thank you. Snowy's going to pull her hand back in disgust and like kind of see what that liquid that has dropped on her hand is.
Yeah, and you pull back just in time as jaws close in over as the safe mimic begins to slowly move towards you with its tongue dragging out from the opening that is now open, coins spilling out of it as it moves towards you.
No, thank you, no, thank you. I'm just gonna try and run out the door.
Yeah, you just close the door. And you are safe. That thing is slow.
Yep, not going into that room again. Good luck to whoever tries to get Snowy will wipe whatever safe juice is on her hand on her dress, and then continue on her way to go to the lower level.
Yeah, you try some doors on your way down, but they end up being locked, and without your lockpick, there is just no way for you to get in there. But you do make it down to the ground floor, and you see this scrawny guard talking to one of the guards at the door, and you're like, I don't know what happened. It was just there were people arguing, and then like I don't know. Just can you just please take over my? I just don't. I can't go back in there. I don't know I just can't do. I honestly I kind of want to go home. I thought this was gonna be easy. I was just watching the items, you know. I didn't want to talk to people. It's fine. It's just like, hey man, like it's fine. Listen, that's your gig, all right? I'm good. I'm chilling. So like I don't know. But you can sort of like walk by on the ground floor. There is There is a washroom on the ground floor,
Huh.
as promised.
Cool. Snowy's actually gonna walk over to the two guards and go, "Hey, what's wrong? Why are you so distressed?"
Yeah, there's actually 3 of them here.
Oh.
But the one was what? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sorry to disturb you. It's the bathroom, the washrooms are over there.
Oh, washrooms can wait. Are you okay? Here, and then she's been holding on to this food in her hand the whole time. So she just like crumpled up piece of like
Sweaty cheese.
sweaty
and
cheese crackers, and she
meats.
just hands on over. She like kind of like it's like a spread, and she kind of like just starts to put them together like a small Ritz cracker. And just kind of like here, take this. Maybe this will make you feel better.
Oh, okay. Oh man, this sucks.
It's okay. Cracker will help.
This dude is having the worst time.
She like pats his back and she's like, like I don't know if you're this upset about being here. I don't know. Are you in trouble? Can you just go and it not matter or what?
No, I mean, I was hired for the gig. I'm just trying to get like, man, can you please just go up there? I don't want to bother anybody else. Just like, the other guards are just like, no, we're supposed to guard the entrance. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that was your gig. Like, you know how this works. We're taking the tickets. We're making sure no shady characters get it here. Like, your thing was to watch the stuff. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to watch the thing, so you didn't have to toss people. But he's like, yeah, it just didn't work out. Like, I'm sorry. This isn't your problem.
Well, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Or got
I
that
guess.
again. She's gonna awkwardly pat his shoulder, and then she's gonna say, "I'm gonna go pee now. Bye." And then she's gonna like skirt to the bathroom.
So true. So what are you actually doing, and what do you do before you make your way back to your companions?
So there was a plan. I'm gonna be using a flashback. There was a plan that Snowy and Clay made. And he said he was gonna. Oh my god. I got it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Kalei was like, just, I'll let you know when things start going awry.
Yeah.
And so you can start your fires.
Yes, Snowy has prepared a jar of pine sap and a small little case of matches. And so she's going to go to the washroom and start a fire. But a slow building one. One that won't immediately. Hopefully. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you have items for that. I'm not gonna make you roll. You literally just drop the sap and light a match. So you use a flashback. So
Toasty. I think once that is set on fire, she is going to like wait a little bit, see if it gets a little bigger. And it's like, that is sufficient enough smoke. And then she's gonna back out the bathroom and go, "Oh my god!" And she's gonna look at the 3 guards there and just go like, "Fire!"
Fire! Well, oh man. And you're just gonna walk to the bathroom like, oh shit. Go get some water. Go. Oh, okay. Oh man. um, and they're gonna try to take care of that as you make your way back up to the venue.
Yeah, she's
Um,
running up there intermittently. She'll be like, "Fire! Ah, fire!" And then just continue upward.
Okay. And I think you're going to be coming into quite a messy scene where Calais, you have been magically halted as you have accused this halfling woman of stealing something that you've planted on her to cause a bit of a distraction. Distraction that Finch, you were prepared for, but Calais, you were not prepared for getting stopped. And Sylvanas, you can tell that something is going wrong. So what do you do to
Yes.
take some eyes off of this?
I see this, I see my friend Calais, and I remember the promise I made to my friend Calais that if something happened, I would help him. And so, Sylvanas takes another sip of his sparkling wine, and he hiccups again, because he doesn't drink that much. And then, from behind this halfling woman, stepping into frame, he goes, "Alas! You dare accuse me!" and like flings his cloak, kind of like almost covering her and her husband. Like he steps in front of them as if he was making his way towards Calais. Like flings his cloak. "Ah, you found me out. The lunar bandit, am here to steal all of your belongings." And then over his shoulder, he turns and goes, "Brought to you by the theater department of the College of Fairhaven." It's going to step up like 1 foot on a table and be like, "Hero, I knew that you would be here to stop me, but see if you can stop this." And then he's going to cast a spell. He's going to cast blinding light and make an eruption, like a shower of sparks with magic. Like I'm attacking Calais, but with like fake, like fake prop, like explosions.
Yeah,
they
like a
use in
sparkler
plays.
right in front of your face.
Yes, like a sparkler.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll spellcasting, please.
And he's never done this before. There's a first time for everything. Whew. Spellcasting is one of my good ones, boys. That's a 10 again.
It goes off. There is a Clay in your face, blinding explosion of light. You feel the magic that was holding you slip as everyone around you is completely blinded by this array of sparks and light. And just out of that blast, Finch, you have an opportunity.
Then opportunity I'll take. Finch looks at this halfling woman, you said, right? In this dark space with me. Tips her hat. And I think in the moment of tipping his hat, Finch's neck stretches out. And there's a creak as it does so. And as their face gets close to this woman, it changes into her face in this darkness. And you say, tough luck. You weren't fast enough. And Finch is going to go ahead and use her last poison, which is basilisk blood. Just to be sure. She can get this before this person can.
Okay. I think that is going to be a shoot roll.
It sure shooting will. It sure shooting will, everyone.
Yeah, and because of the distraction created, because of the blinding light, and basically all the buffs that you stacked, this will not be at a hindrance.
Woo! Okay. Go team. Go team.
So true. Yeah, and Snowy, you walk up here and are immediately blinded.
I'm sorry.
It's a 7, which is good.
7.
So, I mean, Finch will go ahead and just let's her little dart gun close to this halfling woman's body, and under the clothes of the halfling there will be 2 outlines of what looks like snakes sort of curling up and wrapping around, and she'll get really dizzy, super dizzy, and Finch's face will retract, turn to normal, and she'll sprint towards that ledger to try and steal it really fast.
Absolutely. That is gonna be sleight of hand.
Cool. That's an 8. I still got this silly flashback, but that's an 8.
Okay.
So I
have it.
assume she'll be able to steal it.
Yeah, you've got it.
Perfect. While our DM might be refreshing, Finch will go ahead and sneak really fast, his arm under whatever sort of maybe glass box, whatever it is, to steal this ledger. And as they do so, there's like a creak and a shift as his arm moves almost like a snake to go in and grab it and pull it back. And the other arm comes in really quick, puts a very large hat there. A very large white hat. Finch will retreat.
It's your calling card. The Hat Bandit.
Hat band.
Hey y'all, thanks for letting us have a second to fix my camera there. But we are right back, and Finch, you have the MacGuffin.
Got it.
And just as you do, the flash fades. And everyone is blinking in this wild situation that has just happened. There is a lot of accusations being thrown around, a lot of magic being thrown. People are beginning to like wonder what's going on, and the voice that rings out is of the host. Now we can settle things. We can settle things. Do not worry. The auction is still on. We can sort this out. Everyone go back to enjoying themselves, and we will get right in to the Julga Tarkanen. And you hear the individual with the shaved head and the mask with the robes, all of their people who have came in with them are all together, and this individual has a finger pointed at the host.
Whoop.
You have stolen from House Tarkanen, and you have abandoned your house. You will be punished for this. And the host, Julga, goes, "Oh, shit." To be honest, I really didn't think you'd find out. I really thought I'd get away with this. Okay, bye. And Julger jumps the rope, grabs the mirror, and smashes it against the ground. And Finch, you see this happen in bullet time as Julger sort of like throws the mirror down, sort of like looks at you, and you see in this bullet time. This man just sort of shrug, wink, smash the mirror. And as this silvered mirror splinters, shatters, immediately there is an eruption of this amorphous purple smoke. And rising from it is this mass that is not quite solid, not quite liquid, not quite gas or plasma. But you see shapes and forms, insect-like, slug-like, humanoid, reptilian, all things at once. And you hear a voice expand out of this thing from a stretched, gaping, wailing mouth. You people do not know the pain, the foreverness of the cosmos, the expanse. You will be shown the infinity of the planes beyond for your insolence and ignorance. And you see this creature, this being, this aberration begin to split itself and multiply as guests are screaming and running for the exit. And you see these things, these gaseous insects, these strange amorphous creatures, some of them almost human, latch on to guests, and you see as they immediately their eyes cloud over and they fall into a deep sleep as these beings begin to sap their magical energy and their dreams. And that's where you guys are at right now. So what's the plan?
This is not part of the performance.
That much I definitely gathered. We should probably get out of here. Where's Snowy?
Snowy's
Boy.
Snowy's still rubbing her eyes from being blinded, and she's seeing everyone screaming and running past her to go towards the exit, and she goes, "Fire!" and she's and then she does just like this. She just goes, "Whatever," and then she runs over to the other two and just goes, "Well, I guess there really wasn't a need to set stuff on fire. We should just go." And then she looks for Finch.
Oh, you set something on fire. Oh God. Oh no. Okay.
It's just one big cluster.
Fudge. As someone might say, yes.
We've already done
yes.
two. We've done two.
Third time is the charm. Rule of threes in comedy. So
Rule of threes. We're missing a fourth.
Let's find Finch. Yes, please.
Okay.
Finch is already by the stairs, I assume,
Oh.
knowing that there was going to
Yeah.
be some sort of exit over here and just staring at everything.
Yeah.
I think
Did
it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. That's well.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm good for that. We can just, sure,
Oh,
yeah, Snowy, where, how?
fantastic.
Snowy's
Ow.
running up. I
All
don't
right,
know.
yeah, okay.
Got one.
Well, as before you guys all make it together, as you are running across, dodging people, falling to the ground unconscious, these things are multiplying and are attacking all of you.
Oh.
And I'm gonna need y'all to either break something to prevent harm from happening to you, or I need you to pitch me something on how you're going to deal with these things.
I have something. I don't think that my super best friend, my wonderful teacher, my patron, would be very into the concept of other strange mind-controlling aberrations controlling my mind, because only one person can do that. So I feel like they would maybe assist me in not having my brain sleepified by a monster.
So true. What are you doing though?
Okay. Yeah, so true. Can hey, can they, like, help me avoid them? Like, guide me through the room so that I can avoid getting harmed by them.
Are you using a spell, or would you like to use a flashback? Flashbacks are pretty free brain for what you can do.
I do have the True Sight spell. Could the True Sight spell help me see the fastest, safest route through this room out?
You know what? Go ahead. Roll spellcasting.
Seven.
Okay. What you actually see is you don't necessarily see like a golden path to leading to where you need to go, but you do see that the things that are beginning to attack people are illusory. The main thing is the problem. The illusions are what is scaring people into submission, so that the actual large entity can like put them to sleep and sap their energy. So you actually don't need to worry about just bolting straight through, because these things can't actually hurt you. But if you submit to them and you are afraid, it seems like fear is the problem. If it senses fear, then it can get you.
Oh, fantastic. Sylvanas yells, "Be not afraid!" And then just runs right into the middle of all of them, straight towards the way out.
Oh, straight from a sermon. And then Kalei like runs kind of close behind them.
I think Snow is just gonna fall behind the two of them.
Okay. I think from everybody, I would like a check that's not on here. I want you to roll to keep your cool. I want you to roll to
Snowy.
not be scared.
Okay.
I'm cool all the time.
You are cool all the time. Uh-oh. There it is.
Also-
I
Ruh-roh.
had
Also,
to have one. I had to have one bad roll.
3.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Oh.
3.
Oh. So true.
Left my big hat.
So-
So all my bravery is in that
Your
big
comfort
hat.
hat. Your security hat.
Whatever's in the big hat. Okay. What I will say is that you all sort of make it across to where the stairs are. The guard is gone. The guard is trying their best to deal with whatever is going on. And more are coming. And you hear from across the room more guards coming up. There's a fire! Oh, gods, what is that? And you could hear from downstairs guests screaming as the smell of smoke begins to plume in to the upper levels. And Snowy and Sylvanas, you are right there at the stairs, and then one of these illusory entities rises up before you, and you see it's this sort of like strange like slug-like thing that raises up in front of you, and from within it you see like a rib cage and skulls, several of them, and they are outstretched, screaming and writhing, and you're just caught off guard, and you feel your consciousness begin to slip. Kalei and Finch, you are able to hold your ground. You hear the like, oh, okay, this thing needs us to be afraid to be able to do anything to us. You hold on, and then you realize that your friends are practically unconscious, and you need to get out of here right now.
This is a strong word.
I'm hurt.
Strong
If I were awake, I'd be hurt.
I'd get it if I were awake.
Oh.
Finch is gonna turn to leave, look at Clay for a second, and be like, "Well, I have what we need."
Yes, but I don't think we can leave them behind. I do have something in my pocket. I have supplies. I have a cure potion. And then
Yeah.
I can I will pour it into the I don't know. I'll just baptize them.
Smash it. Crash it over
I'll
their head. Just
Yes, I will baptize the both of them in this cure potion to try and wake them out of their spell.
I'm
Okay,
bored again.
I feel like me leaving was better. Are you trying to kill them worse? What is happening?
No, I'm trying to help them because helping people is a good thing to do.
Oh God, never help me like that.
Clay's
Well,
waterboarding us.
Oh,
Yes.
hi,
Um,
Clay.
Help you in other ways. Sorry.
S-
Yes, welcome.
So,
Welcome back to the living. Let's go. Let's go.
yeah, you guys are shocked awake as this like cool liquid sort of like splashes into your face and immediately sinks into your skin, and it calms your mind is the important thing. It's you were essentially, as you were falling asleep, it also felt like you were falling like a dream where you fall and fall and fall and fall and fall until you wake up. But it calms your mind and you are gently brought back into the chaos, and you realize, oh, we gotta run, we gotta go.
Whoa. Oh my. Wow, I just had the strangest dream. I was falling down. Oh, it's real. Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Anyway, how do we get out of here since you're awake?
Well, the downstairs is now blocked by fire. Sorry, by the way, was not expecting this. Only way is up. So up we go.
Right.
So y'all continue to go up the spiral staircase, and you get to the top of the actual watchtower, where there's open air. You guys see the trail of smoke from the bottom of the tower, and you hear the distant echoes and roars of that being that came out of the mirror that Joker smashed. And you look down over the side of the crooked tower. It's a long way down.
It's a long way down. Okay.
So,
Um,
can any of you fly?
Or is there more rope? Do you have rope? I have rope, but not long enough for this.
no, maybe. Sorry,
No, you go.
I had an idea. Maybe, I mean, at least we get out of the thing. Maybe they won't see us or something. And the rope scurry down a little bit.
And then fall the rest of the way off. So how tall is this building?
I don't know. I don't have superpowers or whatever. I'm just trying to get out of here before they eat my brain. I don't know what happened.
Is there a way to climb down this wall?
Yeah.
Like, can we rock climb?
You could. I mean, if you have some rope, would help. You can try to scale down. You just probably don't have enough rope to get all the way down.
Hmm.
We're not
So he does have rope, but
Not enough.
Okay.
yeah, it's not enough. I don't think if it's a standard rope's length.
Are there other roofs around us? Is there anything else around the Madland?
Yes.
Okay.
There are other roofs. There are a little ways down. It would be, it would be a risky jump, but you can do it.
I can't fly, but maybe we can try our best to jump to another roof.
Well,
All right. Well, we're scaling the rooftops of Sharn. Yes, that's.
could I
All right.
perhaps? Could I perhaps? Because I have not done it yet. Use a flashback.
Yeah.
Could I perhaps use a flashback and say that while taking his funny turns about the room, Sylvanas was like snatching, like, you know how on big curtains they like tie them with those big ropes? Can I stealing ropes off curtains?
Sure. If that's what you wanted to do, for sure.
Because I was trying to think like, oh, I could. Sylvanas brought a grappling hook. Sylvanas brought some kind of funny potion. No, even in a flashback, he's not that insightful about a smash and grab mission. No, he's stealing ropes from the curtains.
Sure. Yeah. You have so much rope. So you could probably get most of the way down, and it'd be a much safer jump.
Are there things near the ground? Like, to fall?
Rooftops.
Nothing on the rooftops?
Other than that, yeah, other rooftops would be softer than cobblestone.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is there like a la hey, like Assassin's Creed, or?
I should have used my flashback to bring hay. I should have used my flash.
Hey.
I know this is a fantasy world, but there's no Italy here, so.
Hey is
yeah.
only exclusive to Italy?
Yes.
So
Falling
I think
into it is.
I see.
with the assistance of tying together all the ropes that Sylvanas took just because.
Why is this so thick and green? This one's red. What? Hello?
Their decorating choices were not
Whatever.
very good. Doesn't matter.
Beggars can't be
Can-
choosers, Finch.
Can I get you all to make a run and jump check for me, please?
Ooh.
Oh,
Running and
fantastic.
jumping.
Okay.
I'm good at that. Yay!
Run and jump. What is...
I got a 1.
Oh! Well,
Beautiful.
in stark contrast to that, I got an 8. So
Oh man. Can't kill me. You can't kill me.
cats always land on their feet. It's okay.
is run
Okay,
and
it's fine.
Let me look at the sheet.
If you don't have a bonus in it, it's just a d6.
Okay, gotcha.
Got a 6.
Fantastic.
I got a 4.
Okay. So Finch and Sylvanas, you get to the end of the rope. You realize that there is a rooftop nearby, and you just go for it.
Okay.
Finch flawlessly land. This is easy for you. Sylvanas, you were surprised that that you landed without any injury. Clay, you managed to get over there, though you sort of lose your footing a bit and you begin to fall off of the roof. And Snowy, you land on the roof face first.
Ha! Ow.
Okay. So do I just fall off the roof?
It's up to everyone else.
Finch will come over and grab your arm quick and pull you back. One time thing, don't mess this up again.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh,
And
it's-
then they sort of dust themselves off, trying to like distance themselves from Finch.
Ugh.
Good work, everyone. I think that went perfectly.
No, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm good. I have a nosebleed.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I think
Smash
I
the
think-
water on her again.
no,
That
no,
worked so
no,
well
no.
the first time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
no.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna wipe it off. It's okay. Good work.
And as you all dust yourselves off and begin hopping rooftops to get away from this hot mess of an evening, we pan upwards a little bit later in the evening. In Upper Sharn, a halfling couple comes off of a there are essentially flying taxis that move about the Sharn levels, and here that was a complete mess. I don't understand what happened. Like that's the last time we go to any sort of event in the lower parts of Sharn. We're not doing that again. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. We'll send a goon out, and if there's something you want, I'll buy it for you, honey. Okay? We don't need to do this ourselves. We got people for this. And the woman steps off of the taxi and removes the mask, and the woman under the mask, Elira Boromar, the matriarch of the Boromar clan, who own about 90% of all of the casinos in Sharn, who are also known for blackmail and shady dealings, as well as some interesting herpetology practices. She's also the head and in charge of the Sharn Watch and a Sharn representative of the Council of Nations. And she says, "Darling, we'll just buy the tower. It'll never happen again." And we shift to Little Sharn. And we see one of the nightclubs not owned by the Boromar clan. It goes by the name of Vulpin Tales. And in the furthest room, we see Jolgar Tarkanan. Let me tell you, it was a mess, but it is one hell of a story. You're going to love it. And across from him, not facing him, facing the other way, just the back of the chair, you see a hand, perfectly manicured nails, holding a very long smoking pipe, the smell of brimstone, cut with a sweet scent of poppy seed. And from the back of the chair, you see 2 white fox ears pop up. Well, start talking, Jolgar. And a scroll unfurls on the wall as the tale he begins to spin of that evening writes itself. We go to Lower Sharn, and we see an anxious drow intern who was here just because their boss wanted them to buy a particular item or bid for an item, and they're leaving empty-handed because of this mess. Except for they're not. As this individual is walking away from the smoking, smoldering tower, there's a flip, and a wearable spyglass is in their possession as the drow persona melts away into striped, tentacled hair and limbs as this octopus triton walks down the streets of Lower Sharn and stop by a board where there are 3 wanted posters. She takes her hand and drags across to snatch them up. One of a woman in a cowboy hat, dark hair, one eye peeking from underneath. Another of an individual whose face is more of an ink blot than anything. Similar hat, feather in the ear. And one of herself. The split pupils of the octopus eyes, reminiscent of what she has currently. And she scrapes them off. Now I'll be able to see you no matter where you end up. As she begins to fluctuate and turn invisible. As she begins to head out of Sharn. Further still, just across the street from the smoldering tower, after the events of this evening, a gorgeous, gorgeous woman with long hair and 3 buns, one Sylvanas was talking to earlier this evening, stands in a dark cosmetics shop. It's closed. And she is looking at herself. Somebody disguised as herself. Just so you know, a number of the items were stolen during this tonight's fiasco. But I do know specifically where the ledger went. If you're interested, if the price is right, well, I'm already keeping tabs on one of them. And the spider, disguised as Serena Earfowlin, the actual person who sits across from this individual, smiles a smile that is too wide. We both know that you don't do this for the money, Serena. Precisely. So, if I'm actually interested, I'll be in touch. And she walks out. And the spider, still looking like Serena, pulls open a cupboard. There are rows of marbles. She plucks one, places it on a ramp that falls into a device that lights up. And on a table where that device is, sand shifts into a vague face. And in the shadow of this abandoned shop, you see the spider, known changeling, informant, leader of the tyrants. I know you told me not to contact you, but I think I might have a lead that you'd be interested. Very interested in. How are you on anthropology, Miss Lovelace? And you see the spider transform into the dark-skinned, bone-armored woman, biker, hell biker. The last surviving, as far as you're aware of, unicorn rider from the Great War. And that's where we're going to end tonight, gamers. If you want to know what that was about, check out our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wahoo!
Woo!
I'm just a little guy, Gwen. I'm just a little guy. I didn't know I did anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna go real quick because we are coming up. Again, it's getting pretty late. Yeah, but if the last scenes, by the way, you guys smashed our donation goal, which is why I actually added in more bonus scenes than I intended to do. Thank you guys so much. If any of those last scenes or any of this show that we played piqued your interest, please check out our show on Capricious Provenance on all podcasting platforms, and follow us at CapriProv on socials to catch more magic, drama, intrigue, and beautifully edited battles that landed us the Rainbow Roll Award for Best Combat. Thank you all who donated to the Summer of Wishes fundraiser by the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we do have one more prize winner to announce. Amehan, if you have that ready.
Yeah, so all right, so we're pulling our prizes here out of the donors. I'm switching tabs so I can see.
You're pulling them out of the big white hat, out of Finch's big cowboy hat.
Out of Finch's.
You gotta reach deep in there to get it.
It's
Doug
really far.
Divinone's hat remains on that stage to this day.
Oh
This
man.
day.
To this day, it survived the fire.
It survived.
Ah,
The only thing that
wonderful! The most dangerous fire ever.
That was so funny.
Okay, so the person that I pulled is, drumroll please. Oop. Okay, C. C players.
C.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
You won.
I know
Arc
she's in a
with me.
game right now. We will reach
Yeah.
out to you.
We will. That's cool.
Yay!
That's cool. All right. So
That's so true.
those have been the raffle prizes for the evening. Thanks, guys. So
Yes.
much.
Congratulations to all our raffle winners. We will be in touch with you soon. Do you have the total that we were able to raise?
Yes, I do. So tonight we actually raised $50 past our goal. Originally it was 500, but now we have 550.
Whoa!
Wow.
Look at that.
Y'all.
It's
We weren't even
great.
sure we were gonna hit that.
Right?
That's great.
And we are inching ever closer to the overall $50,000 for the Summer of Wishes fundraising challenge. We're about like 500 away. So,
Heyo.
in case you wanted to still
Fantastic.
donate after the stream, feel free to.
Yeah. And you can go to Make-A-Wish Summer of Wishes on their website. They actually have a schedule for the events that are going on this summer if you want to participate in any of those. But we could not have made this goal without you guys. Thank you so much. But also, just a quick thanks. I'd love to thank Make-A-Wish Foundation for including us in their Summer of Wishes lineup, Player 2 and their lovely representatives for helping us put this event together, Bad House RPG for hosting our little one-shot here, and of course Joe, Scary Dog Friend, Itaewon by Night, and Goody of Fame for running tech for us tonight. I'd also like to thank all of my widely talented players, most of whom have never performed live before,
Yeah.
so please give them your love.
Yes,
And
they're also
I
talented.
want to thank... Exactly. And I would love to thank you, our dear audience, for joining and supporting us tonight for something very new for us. I'm going to be speedrun outros. So, one more time. I'm Gwen. I use she, her pronouns. I have been your heist master for the evening. I perform, I illustrate, I design, I voice act, all sorts in the tabletop RPG space. In November, I will once again be co-hosting the Nameless Showdown over on the Nameless Domain, a charity Pokemon tournament that I am so excited about, and you have the chance to participate this year. There are 4 days left on player applications, so go find it at Nameless Domain on the X. And for your chance to be the very best, like there never was. And for a good cause. You can find me personally at glitchy_pixie or at glitchypixie.com, and I'm going to pass it over to Kermit.
Hi. As Gwen said, my name is Kermit or Joey. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on small_bara on Twitter. I am a published artist and a cosplayer for fun and a pirate enjoyer. And you can find me where any iteration of a small bar on any social media, honestly. Tossing it to Duto.
Cool. Oh, thank you. My name is Nico, or pen name Royal. You can find me Royal Spacefish on most anything. I'm a bit on a creative hiatus right now, so I do this. The Capri Prov. That is quite a mouthful that we made. Podcast, and once in a while I do art. So come follow me and check me out. I'm passing it to I don't remember who's next.
It's me.
Oh,
Yay!
So true. Yes, my name is Amihan. I use he, they pronouns. I play Calais, who also uses he, they pronouns. They are a gay trans mask disaster, as you will probably listen to in our podcast, which I am plugging. I am the co-director and the producer, the editor. I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of big hats. It's a passion project, but I'm really excited to be doing this tonight here with everybody because I just love playing with this group. And Gwen is a fantastic GM. But not much else to plug except that I draw art too. That can also be found in my website, therosecleric.card.co. I've been in other things before. I don't particularly have very much coming up at the moment, but yeah, just stay tuned. Follow me on all social media at The Rose Cleric, and I will pass it to Kinsey.
Yes.
Kinsey.
Taking it, bringing it home to home base. My name is Kenzie at Coffee Bard. I am at coffee_bard in most places, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, whatever. I am a transmask digital artist. I do commissions. I do art commissions. Let me draw your blorbos. I draw lots of fantasy blorbos. I would love to draw them for you. I have all of my commissions listed on my Ko-fi, which is also at coffee_bard. And sometimes I like to talk about my little D&D characters on my Twitter. So if you'd love to hear me talk about my blorbos, come join me for Blorbo Talk. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all so much. And one more time, huge thank you to Joe for doing tech for us. We literally
Yay!
so thank you so much, and thank you all so much for coming. That is gonna be it. So till next time. See ya.
Goodbye.